Everybody that came in to give me a hug would say, our Tom, my Tom. He was everybody's Tom.
Right now on News 4 at 6, saying their final goodbyes. How the community remembers Tonawanda Police Lieutenant Thomas Deal.
And a few showers earlier in the day. Right now, breezy and warm. We'll let you know when we'll be dodging some raindrops for Easter Sunday coming up in your 4-1 forecast.
And protests erupt around the country, including here in Buffalo, against President Donald Trump. What they're demanding.
Live in high definition. This is Western New York's news leader. Now, News 4 at 6.
We begin at 6 with a developing story from Buffalo's East Side. One man is in critical condition after being shot. Good evening, everyone. Buffalo police say the shooting happened around 12:45 this morning on East Ferry. This is what the scene looked like when our photographer arrived to the 1000 block. You can see police collecting evidence, and an officer looks into a garage here. Police tell News 4 a 21-year-old man was shot. He was taken to ECMC, and again, police say he is in critical condition. This was the third shooting since Wednesday. We have an update on the condition of a man shot during a drive-by yesterday. Police say the 28-year-old man is now in critical condition as well. He was listed as serious yesterday. Police say that shooting happened on the 100 block of Edison Avenue.
It had been a year of battle after battle after battle, and he couldn't anymore.
Family, friends, and hundreds of law enforcement laid to rest a Town of Tonawanda police lieutenant. 33-year-old Thomas Deal lost a year-long battle to a rare form of leukemia earlier this week. News 4 sat down with Deal's family. Our Rachel Monjovi shows us how they are remembering their loved one tonight. Rachel?
Yeah, Callan, just by talking to the family and hearing their stories, it's apparent how loved Tom was in this community. He was the youngest lieutenant in the history of the Town of Tonawanda Police Department. His family says he was an outstanding athlete and an even better hockey coach. They said anyone that's ever encountered him couldn't say a bad thing about him. His family tells us he always did the right thing in every aspect of life. Tom was a son, he was a brother, a husband, and a father of 4 children. He was diagnosed with a rare form of leukemia about a year ago. Tom's family says he was a fighter all the way to the end, and the impact he's made on this community will live on.
I can't even think of words that are good enough to describe him, because he just was
Larger than life.
Yeah, larger than life. He's a presence.
What he accomplished in his 33 years was a lot more than most people accomplish, and twice that.
Deal's badge will be retired and he will be promoted to captain. This means he'll be the youngest captain in the police department's history. In the studio tonight, Rachel Monjovi, News 4 at 6.
Police in Niagara Falls need your help finding a man who has been missing for a week now. This is 24-year-old Kurt Beeler. Police say he was last seen in Niagara Falls on April 8th. He is 6 feet tall, 180 pounds, with blue eyes and blonde hair. Police tell us he was last seen wearing white jeans, a gold t-shirt, black sneakers, and a baseball hat. He may be driving a brown Mercury Sable. You should call police at 286-4711 if you think you know where he might be. Well, we saw a break from the rain this afternoon as the sun peeked out. This is a live look outside from our tower cam over downtown Buffalo, where it is a warm evening, but as you can see there, it's pretty breezy out there, Andrew.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Definitely going to be noticing that wind pretty much for the next 24 hours or so. We're in what's called the warm sector of a storm. We had the warm front move through earlier this afternoon, and then the trailing cold front. That's what we're going to be tracking for your Easter Sunday, and that's going to be the big weather maker. As far as tonight's concerned, we're in the clear. It's going to be very mild, just pretty breezy. If you have any Saturday night plans, not needing the umbrellas and really not even needing a heavy jacket, here's a beautiful look over Niagara Falls. Mainly clear skies out there on the horizon. Satellite and radar showing those showers quickly exiting western New York earlier this afternoon, and those clouds breaking apart. Maybe some thin clouds way up in the sky, a little bit hazy. As we zoom out, we do have more clear skies for tonight before the trailing cold front arrives, and that is going to move in tomorrow, late morning and early afternoon. There's a look at temperatures right now. After the showers, we saw them surging into the 70s. 71 here in Buffalo. We did manage 72 earlier on. Up toward the Falls at 72. Still lagging in the 60s down towards Allegheny, McKean, Potter counties. But a very, very warm day. And that's largely due to the wind out of the south. But it's a noticeable breeze right now. Winds sustained past 20 miles an hour at the Buffalo airport up toward the Falls and Albion. So definitely a noticeable breeze. And that will be the case throughout the rest of this evening. Very warm night, though, as temperatures staying in the 60s through tonight and into the overnight hours as well. Now, coming up in my full forewarned forecast, we'll time everything out for your Easter Sunday, let you know when we expect the showers and maybe a few thunderstorms. Also tracking some improvements for Dingus Day on Monday.
Across the nation and here in Buffalo, protesters are demanding President Donald Trump release his tax returns. Crowds gathered from Niagara Square to Washington, D.C. These are just some of the more than 180 protests planned across 48 states. This video here shows Berkeley, California, where demonstrations turned violent when President Trump's supporters clashed with protesters. Massive groups of people fight each other as police try to break it up. The rallies fall on what normally would be tax day, but the deadline for filing taxes has been pushed back to Tuesday, the 18th. Every president and presidential nominee for the past 40 years has made their tax returns public, except for President Trump. Wendy Gillette is hearing from protesters as Trump spends another weekend in Palm Beach.
Fights broke out in Berkeley, California Saturday between protesters and supporters of President Donald Trump. Trump supporter John Beavers says he was attacked.
Well, they want to hit me with brass knuckles on the blind side. We're here for free speech. They don't want that. They want confrontation.
On what's usually tax day, April 15th, demonstrators demanded that President Trump release his tax returns. A couple protesters set American flags on fire. Several people were arrested.
You're arresting me for nothing!
More peaceful protests were held in cities across the country, including in Washington, Philadelphia, and New York, where tens of thousands took part.
What do you want? We must know! I'm here because I want Donald Trump to release his taxes.
What do you think they'll reveal?
Maybe some ties with Russia?
The protesters here in New York City marched to Trump Tower, shutting down parts of Midtown Manhattan to traffic. President Trump is at his Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida this weekend and spent part of the day golfing. So far, threats from North Korea to launch possible nuclear and missile tests have not come to pass. The country marked the 105th birthday of its founding ruler Saturday with its military on full display in Pyongyang. Leader Kim Jong-un inspected the parade of soldiers. And for the first time, the North Koreans showed off an intercontinental ballistic missile that can be launched by land or sea. Vice President Pence is scheduled to visit the region Sunday with stops in South Korea and Japan. Wendy Gillette for CBS News, New York.
Here in New York State, Governor Cuomo continues to push for New Yorkers to take the wheel behind an electric or hybrid car. He reminded drivers of a rebate available while speaking at the New York International Auto Show today in New York City. The Drive Clean initiative provides up to a $2,000 rebate for any state resident who buys a new plug-in hybrid, electric, or hydrogen fuel cell car through a participating dealer. There's $55 million available for the rebates, and the governor has set aside $15 million to install more charging stations and develop technology to support electric vehicles.
And that technology and that innovation is very important for the industry as well as for society. And the state of New York encourages it. We want to foster it.
The Drive Clean rebate. The Drive Clean Rebate Initiative, launched in March. Governor Cuomo wants to reduce greenhouse gas emissions in the state by 40% by 2030. A West Seneca family is on a mission to make sure every family in Western New York has a working carbon monoxide detector in their home. Today, Ken Hansen helped hand out 200 new detectors. He's been doing this ever since his 16-year-old daughter, Amanda Hansen, died. She was at a friend's house for a sleepover in 2009 when carbon monoxide filled the room, killing her. The Hansens created a foundation in her honor with the intent to protect others from this silent killer.
It's happening every day. It happens during the summer on boats. It happens during the winter, with your furnaces. There's just so many ways that you can get carbon monoxide poisoning. So we're just trying to alert, the public to all the things that cause carbon monoxide and just, again, make sure that we keep everyone safe.
The Amanda Hansen Foundation has given out 19,000 detectors. Now, you should change your carbon monoxide detector battery every 6 months and replace the device every 5 years. Coming up on News 4 at 6, revamping recycling, how the city of Buffalo and a local business are trying to get more people to go green. And April arrival. It has been a long wait, but April the giraffe finally gave birth this morning. Coming up, how you can help name the calf.